What is up, everybody? Jarrett from Empire of Assets here, and today we are talking about the new Pokemon VUnion cards that are coming out. My thoughts, if I think they're going to be collectible and investable, and just how I think it's going to play out. So if you didn't catch my last video, you can click the card right up here, and that will take you to the 11 different Pikachu promos that are coming out in the 25th anniversary set, at least in Japan. Most of them are going to come to English, I would assume. But one of those cards that we talked about was the Pikachu VUnion card. I will throw that up right here. And I think this is actually going to be the best VUnion card. And we will talk about why that is. So if you look at this card, there's 25 different Pikachus on there drawn by all of the original artists, or a lot of the original artists. You can see that you can see a lot of the different Pikachus that you recognize from different cards, which is really cool. And the biggest thing about this card is that regardless of which section you get, because they are actually split into 4 different little cards that make up the one big card, similar to how the old Legends cards had 2 Pokemon and then you would combine them to make one card with 2 Pokemon. These are 4, so it's pretty crazy. But regardless of which card of the Pikachus that you get, you're getting 25 divided by 4, approximately 6 Pikachus on your card, which is pretty cool. And I think that's going to really make that card do well compared to the other ones that we're going to talk about. So that's the Pikachu. And then there have been 3 other ones that have been announced. And they're going to come out in promo boxes in September. They will contain 4 booster packs, and it looks like the booster packs are going to be a random assortment. The pictures I'll throw them up on the screen, but if you can't see them, the packs included in the sample pictures at least, there's an Evolving Skies pack, there is a Chilling Rain pack, and there is a Vivid Voltage pack. So I'd expect those 3 sets to probably make up the majority. I don't know if they're going to try and sneak some battle styles in there. I would assume they have quite a bit left over because the prices have tanked so much. So I won't be surprised if they try and sneak one of those in there. But like I said, $30 for this. So if we break that down, usually a pack is, I believe, $4 or $5 a piece. We'll say $5. So you're paying $20 for 4 packs, and then you have $10 in this promo card. And the 3 different cards that are having, or the 3 different Pokemon on the VUnion cards are Mewtwo, Greninja, and Zacian. So if we look at each one of those, Mewtwo, I don't like these as much, and we're going to start to get into why. Unless you get the card that has the Pokemon's head on it, you're getting like random pieces of the Pokemon. This Mewtwo card, you have one card that's basically just Mewtwo's thigh, which I think is really not a desirable card. And I know the Legends cards had these same problems. And the ones that were split up and down, it was like the top half of the card was cool because you got to see the Pokemon's heads. But if you got the bottom half, you were just kind of getting like the Pokemon's body or their feet, or it just wasn't cool. And the art on these is really neat, but you can't really make up for just not having a Pokemon on part of the card. And instead of it just being 2 cards to collect to do this, it's 4. So like you have 1 good card usually and then 3 duds, instead of just having 1 good card and 1 dud. So that's why I don't think these are going to do super well as far as collectability. The Legends cards have come up in price a decent amount, but they're still not. There's so many other cards you could have bought from that time period that have returned much higher percentage, much better gains than the Legend cards did. And the other thing I don't like about them is it's really hard to display these together. Nobody really makes something where you can put these 4 cards together and they will be as close together as they are in the pictures that the Pokemon Company has put out. I mean, a binder is probably like your best bet, and even then it's just kind of weird to see the spaces between the cards. Maybe that would work okay, but then also what do you do with the rest of the binder pages, because most of them have 9 sleeves. So if you take up 4, you have like a weird L shape in your binder page that you can't really fill with anything. So it's definitely kind of a problem. And then also extrapolating that into, if you get these graded, you can't put the cases together so that they look good and you can see the whole card, and then you have like labels in between them from the bottom to the top, and it just gets really messy. There is jumbos of these cards, so maybe this would be a time where the jumbo card actually does better than the small card. I'm personally not a big fan of jumbo cards. If you get them graded, they take up an incredible amount of space. It's like having a book, basically, and I just don't like them that well. I don't like how the label is so much smaller than the actual card. But in these ones, if you just really like the artwork, maybe grabbing the jumbo is better. And like I said, I do think the Pikachu one is going to do really well because you do get so many different Pikachus, and I think that's just a really neat card. But as far as these other three, I don't think they're going to do as well. The other two we haven't talked about, Greninja. So in the Greninja, you can really see how some of these cards are going to be bad. There's one where you're just literally getting like a frog hand. So that card I don't see being super desirable. And there's one that's literally just like a frog thigh. Like, I guess if you were into eating frogs, maybe this is the card for you. If you like looking at a big juicy frog thigh, maybe you'll enjoy this card. But otherwise, it's like you have the one card that has the shrinking in it, the water shrinking or whatever, which is kind of cool, but it's not that cool. And then you have the one with Greninja's head, which is probably the best card, but it's still not very cool if Greninja doesn't have a body the rest of the way around it. So not a huge fan of that. And then the Zacian is the last one. Again, the same problems I'm talking about. One of them is literally just his back. Not a great card. I will say the Mewtwo does have some really cool artwork in the background, regardless of which card you get, which is kind of neat. But I still don't think it's going to overcome that. As far as my hot take or not so hot take, I don't think these cards are going to do very well at all, and I would not pay $10 to buy the box. I think there's going to be a ton of better products to pick up in August and September, with Evolving Skies coming out, with Celebrations coming out in October or November. There's going to be a lot better stuff to spend your money on than these boxes. So it's definitely going to be a pass for me, especially if they try and sneak some battle styles in there, which are selling for, you can buy a booster box right now for what, like $90. So the price of those packs is like $3, even less than $3, like $2 something. So that really is going to raise the price of your promo if there's a battle styles pack in there, because then you're only looking at maybe $15 worth of packs. And then you're paying almost $15 for the promo, and I just don't see these doing very well. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts. Like I said, Pikachu, I think, is going to be a win, and also the fact that you have to pull that one out of the set, I think is going to make it more desirable, whereas these ones you buy the box, it's just a promo card. Promo cards don't typically do as well as the regular cards in the set because they are so much more produced and they're so much easier to get. In the long term, they do okay, especially the popular promo cards, things like Shining Rayquaza that came in the Elite Trainer box, or Shining Ho-Oh, my apologies. And then there's some other promo cards that have done well, but I just don't see this one. Oh, Shining Rayquaza, that was another one that did really well. But I just don't see these promos picking up steam at all, so it is going to be a pass on the product. Like I said, let me know in the comments what you think. If you will be picking any of these up, I would love to hear it. Otherwise, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next video.